How do I know? Hello everyone, Ryan here, and today I'm doing another installment of the Few Good Reviews where I just run down some albums I haven't really had time to talk about, or they're just albums that I don't have a huge amount to say with, maybe because there's not much to them, and I've just not really felt like I needed to do a full review on them. And the first album I'm going to be talking about is Cigarettes After Sex. Ugh. I mean, not only is that one of the worst band names I've heard for a long time, but this singer is one of the most boring singers I've heard, like ever. I can't believe these guys have hype surrounding them. Okay, I do like slowcore. I like bands like Low. I think they have some good albums in their discography, and also, Red House Painters back in the 90s. People may know Mark Koslick was in that band as well. I do like those bands, but Cigarettes After Sex, I mean, oh man, like this guy is just lifeless. He like sounds like he has no pulse when he's singing. He just doesn't even sound like there's anything there. He kind of goes, and no, I can't stand this at all. Um, yeah, this was a real slog to get through. I barely wanted to finish the album, but I did, and it was not good at all. Yeah, if this is what cigarettes after sex sounds like, then I'm glad I don't smoke cigarettes. Next album I want to talk about is Big Thief's Capacity. Again, this is another band that I'm not really sure what's really that exciting about them. They're just an indie rock, indie pop band with a bit of a dreamy sound to them. It's fine, it's okay, but I feel like 100 albums sound like this that every year. Like you'll hear loads of bands with this sound. I feel like there's some kind of movement with this sound because like it just seems to gain a lot of hype in like the on the internet with certain music fans, and it's fine. It's just nothing grabbing me to want to listen to it again. Next, I want to talk about Kirin J Callinan's Bravado. This is the wildest album I've heard all year. I can't even explain this music. There are some weird moments on here. I do like the kind of strange, like music ideas that he's got going on, and his voice is quite eccentric as well. And eccentric is probably the best word to describe this whole thing. There are some really weird like moments where it just drops into this dance like craziness that just comes out of nowhere, and I do kind of like that he's a bit weird, but as a whole album I'm just a bit like wondering, like I don't think I'm into it, but I kind of like what he's doing. He's weird and strange. I like that, and I do think the closing track Bravado is really good. I do quite love that song, but I think there are just too many moments on this album where he tries too hard to do too many things and try to be too weird, and it just comes out as being a bit meh. But I would definitely recommend this. I think a lot of people could get into this. So yeah, that's Kirin J Callinan's Bravado. And finally, I want to mention this Roger Waters album. Of course, he's famous for being in Pink Floyd, and you can kind of tell this is like a very Pink Floydy album. There are some progressive rock elements in this. There's some slow builds across the album that would be on some kind of Pink Floyd album. But this is probably better than the recent stuff that you would hear from Pink Floyd. I think he's got a lot of good song topics on these songs. He talks about politics a bit as well. Of course, he takes a dig at Donald Trump kind of subtly, and everyone does that in their music these days, so it's not anything new. But I did want to do a proper review on this, but I feel like I've left it too late. But yeah, I do actually quite like this album. I think Roger Waters definitely is sounding like he's making like really good music really late into his career as well. It's quite impressive that he still sounds this good. And yeah, I definitely recommend it. Obviously, Pink Floyd fans will have already heard this. Yeah, I think this is pretty good overall. Like I said, a lot of good song topics. Musically, it's very interesting at points. So yeah, definitely check out this new Roger Waters album. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and have a good day.